Good morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Our toll-free number 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. We keep you all comfortably disturbed out there. Make it part of your daily routine. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group and KHNC in Johnstown, Colorado. If you're listening to us online, and this is what happens. It's growing and growing and growing. We just had a guy call up, and he's like, I'm clicking on Eric's face. It's not working. When you go to 1360khnc.com, when the page loads, right in the middle, there's like a radio tower with a play button. Can't miss it. Just click the play button, and you're there. When you go down to the program schedule and there's Eric's face and like Alex Jones and all that, you can click there all you want. It's not going to do anything. You got to click the play button. That's right in the middle, right as the page comes up. I know. It's new. Everybody does it different. This is just how we do it. So if you go out and you want to listen online, by the way, this is hour 2 for me. If you missed the first hour, you missed a damn good one. In the first hour, we are talking about all of the devices. They're tracking everything. From you got up in the middle of the night and hit the ice box. Maybe you got up and had to take a tinkle. It knows when your front door opens. It knows when your garage door closes. We know your phone knows exactly where you're at all times. The insurance companies are now going into the electric vehicles and getting all the information. And they're making determinations on whether or not they think you're a good driver. You haven't been in an accident for years. Next thing you know, when your insurance premiums are due, you got a rate hike. You're like, what happened? Why? We don't have any accidents. Yeah, well, it just is what it is. Because they're not going to tell you. Well, we've been spying on you, and you're driving that Tesla awfully fast, and you're getting way too close to cars. Yeah, you're a risk. Why is my insurance premiums going up besides the normal? Well, we found out that, you may got a bit of a problem. You seem to wake up at 2:30 every morning and hit the refrigerator. We noticed that you're buying chewing tobacco and cigarettes and alcohol all the time, right? I mean, this is what's happening. But it's even that, which I don't know how these companies aren't in prison for spying. I mean, the privacy laws being broken everywhere, right? You'd flip out if you found out your neighbor, maybe a coworker, whatever, bugged your house. It was listening to everything you said. Wouldn't you expect them to be arrested? Right? Besides the fact, how creepy is that? Yet somehow Amazon and Google and all them do it, and it's no problem. Oh, and by the way, well, I don't have Alexa. Or I don't have it. Doesn't matter. You got one of those apps that controls you turning on and off your lights or turning on and off your air conditioning. They all do it. And guess what? They report it all to Amazon. All of it. Google, they get it all. But today, the next step of the plan is being ready to be executed. I've warned you all now for quite some time. The end of cash is near. I'm not sure every week and every month that goes by, I actually feel grateful that I can still take cash. But it's coming to an end. And, we hear about, and I'll talk about people being banned on Facebook and Twitter. Obviously, Alex Jones is the most popular, right? We hear about that one the most. Matter of fact, every day from 4 to 8, I play all 4 hours of Alex Jones from 4 to 8 on 1360khnc.com. Just go out there. You can listen to it at your convenience. Well, between 4 and 8. But now, MasterCard is getting ready to take it to the next level. Right? And I go back and I think about McCarthyism. Remember McCarthyism and everybody that was a communist? Right? That now we're talking about, hey, are you a right-winger? And you know what's so funny? Who determines what far right is? What if far right's the middle? Right? Who has the say? But now, we're basically getting ready to be judged. It's coming. You buy the wrong books. You listen to the wrong songs on the radio. They record everything, right? They know. They know what song. They even know when you turn the volume up on a song. They know the ones you like. When we return, we're going to talk about what MasterCard's getting ready to do. Patriot Radio News Hour. Don't touch that dial. 800-951-0592. That is our toll-free number. And we've talked a lot now about how things have changed. Third-party checks are no longer. Putting cash in the bank becoming more and more difficult to do. Right? To the point where now I got to pay for it. Blocking payments to individual or groups by financial service firms would seem to impede the freedom of speech, wouldn't it? Aren't we in America? Aren't we in a free society? If I want to donate to something or if I want to buy something, shouldn't I be allowed to do that? You would think. And I'm not talking about buying something illegal. Absolutely not. All of these things are legal. But according to a report from MasterCard, it's alleging to get ready to do just that. The New York-based firm is reportedly being forced. Okay, it's not being forced. Being forced by left-leaning liberal activists to set up an internal human rights committee. Are you a right-wing wacko? Do you spend time in your basement with a tinfoil helmet on? Answer the question. They want MasterCard to monitor payments. Now, let's face it, they already do that, right? Every time you swipe it, right? Every time you put it in the little slot, they know. But they're wanting now, and this is the problem, like I said, this is exactly like all of the data that they're collecting. Now people want them to start using it. Because you know what? And I'll call them a left lean. It doesn't matter. They put these labels on these people. Why does one person have more moral authority than another? They don't. Right? This is the end of free society. They want them to have this human rights committee that would monitor payments to white supremacist groups and anti-Islamic activists. And of course, you sit there and you know where this is going. Right? The fact that you don't want a mural of George Washington painted over, or you don't want a statue of Thomas Jefferson taken down, or you don't want the colonial mascot to go away, you must be a white supremacist. MasterCard is not the only holder of the purse strings that is mulling the selective banning of individuals from their services and their funds. Companies like PayPal have barred individuals. Well, I'll use PayPal as a prime example. They keep denying me the ability to take it. I haven't been able to take PayPal because they deny, because they're like, you're a gold company, we don't want to do business with you. But now we're talking MasterCard. Being cut off from one of the leading American multinational financial service corporations will most likely have a greater impact on the financial stability of an individual or a group. Absolutely. Hey, we're just going to, you know what? We're going to ban everything. And is this the country that we want? This is what we're looking for? This is where we're headed? And you know what's so funny? When you think about it, right? We're so divided now and everybody's so angry. No one, and I've said it for so long now. We don't know, the people don't know who to blame. It's not Donald Trump. Right? It's not even the Clintons, right? Jason's commercial or the Obamas. It's not them. Everybody's stressed out and maxed out and we're sitting here, we're going bankrupt. Right? More and more people now are just fighting to hang on. We got record homelessness in every major city across the country. We got a border where seemingly, I guess, millions of people are just flowing in. We got corporations that only care about their profits, and the second they can get rid of employees, they do it. We've got a government now that's seemingly involved in every aspect of our lives. And now they're getting ready to what? You know what? You don't want to play by our rules? We won't let you play at all. Doesn't sound like freedom or capitalism to me, does it? But this is where we're headed, and you know what? The central bank is behind it all. They're behind every aspect of all of this, right? The one world order, the global society, right? We're even probably going to go to the global currency. Getting ready to ban people from doing things like, how long until they say, hey, you can't own gold? How long until they say, you know what? Can't buy that book. Can't buy that product. Can't listen to this person and his beliefs. And it's happening right in front of us. You know what's amazing is I'm really not feeling the outrage that you would think that most of the country would be just rallying around. This is not what America was meant to be. And now, who's going to do it? Who's on this, what did they call it? Human Rights Committee? Right? And just in the name. Hey, we don't care about the rights of the guy that we're going to ban. He's not allowed to have any rights because he doesn't think like me. And it's happening all around you. And I think about all the crap that's out there. There's no real good radio anymore. right? I mean, no offense, Hannity and Limbaugh and those guys, come on. Right? That's just the right message. And then you got the left, right? Let's face it, can anybody even watch CNN anymore? You know, the last time I think I really watched CNN was the Iraq War. You know, when they were showing the missiles and all that and Colin Powell. That was probably the last time. And they just are inundating you and trying to convince you about how you should think and act. And slowly, and really not even slowly anymore, just taking away our rights. And I use the analogy, this is what we're doing to Venezuela. And again, I don't, some of you probably are okay with what we've done there. Right? And I'm not. I don't view Venezuela as a threat. But they banned them from financial markets is what they did. Why? Because they didn't like what Venezuela was doing. And now they want to do the same thing here under the guise of human rights. It's a human rights committee. We don't like this guy's message, so therefore he should get banned. I can't believe it. Here. You know what? I think back to when I started working with Eric. Seems like so long ago, and it really wasn't. 15, 16 years ago, something like that. This was stuff I'd laugh at. I remember, I can't tell you how many times, and I didn't do it so much on the air, after we get off the air, how many times I'd go to Eric, what are you doing? Right? You're just reinforcing that we're just a bunch of whack jobs, right? I want to have broad appeal. The problem was, I'm a little slow. Takes me a little bit. He was right. All the things he talked about, every one of them. For me, the one that rings the really prevalent right now today is what he was saying about NAFTA and GATT. And he warned you all. And I think back when he was warning you gold was like $300. I don't even know if silver was $5. And saying, remember what he'd say, one of these days we're going to want it back? You think today's the day? Right? President Trump getting ready to whack him with another 25% tariff. Let me do some math for you, though. In the United States, the median pay, and for those of you that don't know the difference between the median and the average, the median is you take the person with the lowest pay and the person with the highest pay. Then the second lowest pay, second highest pay, third lowest, third highest, until you meet right in the middle. The number where half the people in the country make more than this number, half of them make less. That's the median, $30,000. The average pay in America is in somewhere around 50-something thousand. You know, because Jamie Dimon makes like $30 million and Bezos makes, who knows, $100 million, right? And they dwarf and raise that number. In China, the median pay is about $7,000. The average pay is about $17,000. So unfortunately, the 25% tariff still isn't enough. Right? Still not going to be enough. But yet here we are. And we're sitting there and we're trying to figure out how all of this is going to fit together. What really is the end game? We already know. Everybody already admits we're not going to pay the debt back. Matter of fact, we sit there patting ourselves on the back for 3% GDP growth. We spent $1 trillion. I hope we can get 3%. Right? Think about the size of our debt level. Shouldn't GDP be like 5 or 6 for that? And it's really not even 3. Right? I call it the fudgicle number. It's 3-ish. You know, some paper adjustments here, some paper adjustments there. And we're just started. This is only the second inning of the debt super cycle. Wait till I sit here. You know what? So in another 3 years, I'm not going to be saying $1 trillion. We're going to be saying $2 trillion. 5-6 years, $3 trillion. Every year. If we get that far. I don't know that we will, right? We found out the post office is broke in 2024. Medicare is broke in 2026. Social Security is broke in 2034. You do the math. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back right after the break.
This is the Phyllis Schlafly Report, a daily look at the significant issues of our time from an experienced conservative perspective. Sponsored by Phyllis Schlafly Eagles, this broadcast continues the legacy of Phyllis Schlafly and stands against forces that mock traditional values, deny freedom of religion, slander America, and would redefine the family. Now, the president of Phyllis Schlafly Eagles, Ed Martin.
Do you remember a few years ago when an ISIS bride from America was using social media to try to get young people to murder other Americans in the name of Allah? Well, Hoda Mathana has changed her mind and decided that she wants to come back to the United States. This sounds like it should be some kind of sick joke, but it isn't. Hoda's case could result in a landmark ruling on what it means to be an American citizen and who has the rights to this precious status. She was born in New Jersey to parents who had come here from Yemen under diplomatic immunity. Her father had worked for Yemen's mission to the United Nations. Children born in the United States to diplomats from foreign countries are not American citizens under a long-standing rule of law. Not even advocates of open borders dispute this rule. Yet many people mistakenly assume that being born on U.S. soil is enough to become a citizen, which is simply not true. Hoda was 19 when she told her parents she was going on a field trip as part of a college course she was taking. Instead, she withdrew from college and used her tuition refund to buy a one-way ticket to Turkey. Then she somehow made her way to ISIS-held territory in Syria. That was 5 years ago, and Hoda is just now deciding she wants back into our nation. Her application for asylum has drawn rave reviews from the media and from the left. Make no mistake, this is not just one isolated case. It reveals just how radical the open borders leftists are. They want to let a known terrorist with no claim to U.S. citizenship back into America. They do not care that she was party to terrible atrocities in Syria and tried to use social media to spread her vile rhetoric here in America. All the leftists see is the classic party line. A Muslim woman wanting to immigrate to the United States in search of a better life. While there is no doubt that life in America would be much better than what she has now, she should have thought of that before leaving America and calling for jihad against this nation.
This has been the Phyllis Schlafly Report with Ed Martin, president of Phyllis Schlafly Eagles. American citizenship should never be taken lightly. That's why you need to go to phyllisschlafly.com and be part of the dialogue on the need for border security and an accurate census, the travesty of sanctuary cities, and voting rights for illegals. Voice your opinion at phyllisschlafly.com. Thanks for listening, and join us again for the Phyllis Schlafly Report.
800-951-0592. Gold is higher today, $1,286. Silver higher as well. Right around between $14.85 and $14.90 to the ounce. The Dow is down just under 400 points. The Nasdaq's down 38. The S&P down 38. The Nasdaq's down 120. This just breaking. I don't have all the details, but according to reports, the United States is sending B-52 bombers to the Middle East. I guess, Iran, you are officially on the clock. I don't have any other details other than that, but that's just breaking across the wire. Crude oil had been down about almost $2. Now is only down 60 cents. Somehow on the news that we're going to be sending B-52 bombers to the Middle East. I'll keep you updated if I learn more. But that is the breaking news right now. Obviously, the trade deal, the tariffs with China, the leading the Wall Street lower today. Again, gold's up again, $1,286. Got a great item. Listen, we ran this last week. And then this morning I got an email. Said that we got another 100 of them available. The U.S. $20 Liberty gold piece. This is the bread and butter coin of this company. We have sold more $20 Liberties than any other item. I mean, not obviously not in terms of ounces. That'd be silver Eagles would be in ounces. But in terms of gold coins, we've sold more Liberty gold coins than any other. Matter of fact, I bet you it's probably a very accurate statement. We may have sold the most $20 gold in circulated condition than anybody in the country. Last week, I ran them at $1,350. This week, I mean, gold's even higher now than it was then. Not a lot, but $4 or $5 higher. Still able to do it. I got 100 of them at $1,350. That's like, what, $64 over spot? Are you kidding me? Right? What a great way. If you've never bought gold before, so think about what we just talked about. We got B-52 bombers heading to the Middle East. Right? We know who that's for. Right? We've got MasterCard saying, hey, we're getting ready to start banning people who don't think the way we think. We've got all the smart technology spying on us all. And if you want to have one bastion that's not in the system, and really when you think about it, this, we call gold wealth insurance. So you got to have a bank account. You do. But I leave a lot of money in there, not on your life. You think Apple leaves their money in the bank? They don't. Trust me, they don't. Because they know they leave enough in there today. You got to make payroll and got to do this and that. But now, you have stocks, right? You kind of, right, almost forcing you to be in there. All of it's debt. Right? The second you put that money in your bank account, it's not yours. Right? Remember yesterday I told you the Federal Reserve paying the bank on your deposits. Hey, you didn't loan out all the money. Here you go. Here's $36 billion. The year before it was like $80 billion. So the number's actually gone down, but not for the right reason. But think about it. Shouldn't that be our money? Right? You can't open up. We're not getting any interest from them. When it all unwinds, you want to have something that isn't a liability, something that isn't a promise to pay. That's gold. Something that's been money for 4,000 years. They write books about fiat money. You know how they go? They all end the same. Oh, and it went to zero. 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 You think we're doing something new here? You think this central bank has reinvented the mousetrap? This isn't new. They've been trying fiat money now for almost 1,000 years. Guess how they all end? It went to zero. It went to zero. It went to zero. You know what they have done better, though? Now they got us boxed in, don't they? From your bank account to your 401k to your annuity to your money markets, right? I know, listen, they're all out there. They all have, oh, no, your money's safe here even when the market goes down. No, it's not. Maybe safe during a regular downturn. It's not safe when it's going to zero. All of them, oh, we guarantee it. You got to read the fine print. We only guarantee it if we don't go bankrupt. Then guess what? We go bankrupt, now you're out. At any time. It's already done. It's already law. It doesn't have to get, banking law doesn't have to go through Congress. It goes through the SEC. They've already done it. At any time, they can ban any one of us from selling. At any time, they can ban you from taking your money out of your bank account. You've already seen it happen. Right? We know what's happened, right? Greece was just a trial. They're getting ready to, okay, how are we going to do that? How's it going to work? Cyprus, that was just a test. U.S. $20 gold pieces, $1,350. I mean, you're $60-something over spot. Are you kidding me? 800-951-0592. You want to back it up with some silver? Though I still have, and I'm so excited about it. We've had them on sale now for a couple of weeks now, these $half rolls. I just keep getting some more. I don't have hundreds of them. Well, we probably, between Phoenix and Colorado, we probably got 50, 60 rolls in both places. It's $120 a roll. Cheapest way to own U.S. government hallmarked silver, that's it. Rolls of silver $50 at $120. You get 20 silver $50. And the roll for $120. $20 Liberties, $1,350 for gold. 800-951-0592. 800-951-0592. Dow's down 420. S&P's down 42. The Nasdaq's down 135. Gold's up today, $1,286. U.S. $20 Liberties at $1,350. Rolls of silver $50, right? Put a package together. Get a couple of 20s, throw a few rolls of $50 in there. Rolls of silver halves at $120. 800-951-0592. Support the radio network, support the radio station, support Patriot Trading Group, because this is where you're getting the news that you need to have. Tomorrow, this show will repeat. I'm taking my mom to the airport. Yep, my mom's been in town. My wife is flying out at midnight tonight to get our oldest son, who's just finishing his first year in college, and I'm just so excited. He's actually threatened that he may get a couple of A's this semester, so we're really happy about that. We're going to put some stuff in storage, do all that stuff, pack them up, clean it up, and then fly back. My mom has been in town, and she leaves around, I think it's at noon, so I got to drive her down there. So this show will repeat tomorrow, but what a great show. I'm going to leave this price. Listen, I know, right? We all are disappointed, right? Gold should be way higher. Be glad that it's not. Right? We're in I call this the fantasy land of Wall Street. Like yesterday, Wall Street was down big yesterday. It only finished down like 70 points, 65 points. Because they didn't want to believe what was going to happen with China. Now today, I guess they believe it. Be happy that you're going to be able to buy it this cheap, you know, and I've said it here, below $1,300. That's kind of buying gold below $300 was in 1998, 99, 2000. It's the exact same thing. We're setting it all up again. Right? Remember the tech bubble bursting? Think about this. We got this, the NASDAQ, which is now below 8,000, but these run-ups and all these companies. Think about Lyft and Uber and all these. None of them make any money. Matter of fact, Uber had to say in their getting ready for their IPO, hey, we don't think we're ever going to make any money, but by the way, we think we're worth $80 billion. Same thing's happening. Get yourself prepared and have something that isn't a liability. Have something that isn't a debt, right? All this stuff. You're buying bonds, you're buying stocks, you're buying annuities. Those are all debt instruments. Your money's in the bank. That's a debt instrument. You're an unsecured creditor to the bank. You know, and I just proved it again because guess what? The central bank's paying the banks on their excess, quote-unquote, excess reserves, your deposits. The banks don't give it to you. They're giving it to me. They're like, hey, thanks. Now we can pretend that we made money. 800-951-0592. That is our toll-free number here at Patriot Trading Group. The U.S. $20 Liberty gold pieces. These were the old ones, 1866 to 1907. For you new people out there, why do we like these coins more than a gold eagle? Why do we like it more than a maple leaf or a Krugerrand? And the answer is simple. Right? It's the most private way to own gold. You can buy it. You can sell it. You can trade it. You don't have to give out your Social Security number. I don't have to send you a 1099. And you know what? There was a loophole the last time the government confiscated gold. There was only one gold you got to keep unless you were a dentist or a doctor of some kind and you needed to have gold. An artist, if you wanted to do a gold sculpture, could get some. There's only one form of gold you could own, though, if you're just the regular guy out on the street. Those were coins that the government considered to be collectible. And guess what? In the United States, there's only one. There's only one coin they consider to be collectibles. Pre-1933 U.S. minted gold. That's it. Period. End of discussion. Does that mean the next time they confiscate gold, you'll get to keep it? I don't know. Stroke of the pen. The government does what it wants. But I sure like our chances. And you know what? Hey, besides, they're cheaper than gold eagles. $13.50. It's the best price per ounce out there. 800-951-0592. If you're brand new out there, just tell Wendy, I want the special. Here's our big sales pitch. How many would you like? Eric just walked in the studio. Good morning.
Great show, man. You're working hard. Hour two here. I caught the first hour. Excellent. Love the technology, you know, and listening as well to why you want to hold U.S. $20 gold pieces. You know, and there's a lot of loopholes, a lot of laws, and a lot of rhetoric as to why these laws are still in place. And if you still argue the fact, go back and study under the Reagan era, the U.S. TEFRA laws in 1984, and they updated all of this. This is why you can only put bullion in an IRA. This is why all bullion is publicly traded, bars, coins. I mean, if you look at the U.S. Mint's website, it says clearly, U.S. bullion coins. And then, of course, all the laws apply, the TEFRA laws, and then you go back to the exemption laws in the late 20s and early 30s. So, you know, a lot of people, and I'm one of them, believe the laws were in place because this is what the guys who write the laws hold. You're able to pass down wealth very innocuously, very privately, down to the next generation. And then with nothing but taxes rising and rising and rising down the road, it makes really good sense. And there's a reason that only 1% of the population has ever had a U.S. gold piece in their hand. Isn't that amazing? I mean, to me, that's amazing in today's day and age. United States issue. But again, you know, what percentage of people drive American cars? So, you know,
yeah, right.
You know, that's probably about the same that own gold right now. So, pretty small. So, that's an excellent special. It's a great time to get it. Call 1-800-951-0592 and add while you can. We'll be back.
Final segment, Patriot Radio News Hour, 800-951-0592. Don't forget, we got 2 more hours of Eric. If you want to listen in, go to 1360khnc.com. Don't click on his face. That won't work. That won't get you to play. When you go to 1360khnc.com, right as it loads up, right in the middle of the page, we got like a radio tower and a play button. Click the play button. If you scroll down to where our schedule is, and we got Eric's, he's much better looking than me, so we put his face up there. If you click on his face, nothing will happen.
Well, I don't know about that. I'd probably hit you back and click you back.
Right? You know what? That's a great idea. If you don't like what he's saying,
just
go down there
clicking.
Click on that face.
We got a great couple hours coming up. Yeah, if you guys want to follow us over. I mean, a lot of news, especially in the finance and business markets today, the tariffs that they're talking about. And, there's such a myriad of opinions. Even some of the liberals are on board for the tariffs, which is surprising. So, some issues everybody's lining up on. But you look at the presidential candidates that are lining up opposite of Trump, it's interesting what they're not talking about, and we're going to talk about that. Yesterday, we had a great caller, Virginia. You can learn a lot on this show about the 5G that's coming. And, I don't think people in Phoenix are really aware of what this all implies, that the massive number of antennas and towers, and they need to have an antenna, I think, on every 3 homes that not only receives but also broadcasts. So, the ramifications of that here in Arizona, they're able to hide them. They make palm trees out of them, but who knows what 5G is going to do.
Yeah, and you think about, your phone now has all kinds of antennas on it, all the new smartphones. They put antennas, on everything. I'm guessing if you have, a smart fridge, that has an antenna.
Well,
right?
It's the first hour you said everything is going to be smart. And, there's no question about that. I don't even think you can buy it anymore. I don't even think you can buy a vacuum cleaner anymore that has a cord. It's cordless. Everything's going to be battery powered. It's just amazing. And then, of course, you've got these algorithms that are watching everything. You talked about that. Excellent. Talking about Alexa. And who knows what you can and can't get away with. But, the first thing they do when they arrest, someone who shoots up, goes crazy and blows up the town or does something, they grab their computers. It's automatic. They get their cell phones, their computers. And this has to be entered into a data place, somehow where there's an algorithm that these are common Google searches that these people did before they went crazy. And once they get all this data compiled, and they're compiling it, there could come a day if you enter into Google, how do I murder my husband, that in about 38 seconds it'll be. How far off is that? So you're right, and what Patriot offers, Patriot Trading Groups, gets you out of the algorithm, gets you out of the system, gets your money out of the computers. And if everything you own is based on an account statement that shows up in the mail, it comes generated by a computer, well, I'll tell you, if any of this comes to fruition, it'll have zero value, with the exception you will be able to light the kindling while you burn your pool table to stay warm out here in January. So you may want to add to your portfolio. What's the special today?
U.S. $20 Liberty gold pieces, $1,350. Rolls of silver $50 at $120. 800-951-0592. Join us on 1360 KHNC for the next 2 hours. We'll be right back after these messages.